I've shared with all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so let us start today's session on harnessing ICT, information and communication technology for transformative education. So this picture will be okay. Yeah. So before that, I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. So I'm sure that the participants are among the both the science and humanities background. So can anyone recognize what is this in the picture? This picture? Those who are from any background, they can. I'm sure they should be able to recognize. No?
Is it a fountain, sir?
It's a fountain, yeah, that's really nice. Good. And behind the fountain, what is there? It's a Nobel Forum. It's a building.
It's a forum.
Small building, and where it is written that it's Nobel Forum. So, how many of you do know about Nobel Prize? I'm sure every one of you know that. Nobel Prize? Yes, yeah. So this is a hall in Karolinska Institute, Stockholm, Sweden. It's a small hall where the Nobel professors, a team of 50 Nobel professors from Karolinska Institute, they sit together and then they decide to whom they shall give the Nobel Prize in physiology and medicine. So that is the significance of this hall. The Nobel Prize was started by Alfred Nobel in 1901. So after his death, I should say. So he was one of the most successful entrepreneur of the universe. So at the time of his death, so he was having around 100 factories around Europe which were producing dynamite. So he discovered dynamite, and dynamite was an explosive extensively used for doing like the construction activities, like blasting mountains, to make the tunnels, and also to collect the minerals for mining activities, and also for making arms and ammunitions actually. So before his death, when he was in 1900 or 1999, so he realized that he did a lot of work which was against humanity. So he said that, okay, now I will what I have to do is I have to do something good for humanity. So he wrote in his will that whatever he has, so everything should be sold, and then that should be put in a foundation, and the earning from that foundation should be equally distributed to five different people who are working for the benefit of mankind. And that was how the Nobel Prize started actually. And then so I was fortunate to work at this Nobel Institute, the Karolinska Institute at Center for Alzheimer Research. So they do a lot of structural biology, and then imaging, epidemiological studies, and the campus was spread around like 3 different locations. So I did my bachelor in pharmacy, and then master's, followed by PhD from Punjab University, Chandigarh, and then I moved to Stockholm, Sweden, for postdoctoral research, and then I came back to India in 2019 October, just before COVID, and started working here as an assistant professor. So that was a lot of introduction to me, like self popularity, I would say. So coming to the content of the lecture, Dr. Chandrakala Sinha, would you like to say something? I could see that you have raised your hand. Dr. Chandrakala Sinha, no? Okay. So this lecture will be spread in 3 hours, and then we will have like 2 slots of 1.5 hours. And in the between, we will take a short break of 10 minutes. And in the first half, we will look at how information and communication technology is changing or transforming the education. And in the later lecture, in the later part of the lecture, we will see. I will give you some kind of hands-on of those ICT tools like virtual labs, and then the quiz doing platforms like Kahoot and etc. So if you look at the definition of education, so it is the act of imparting or acquiring knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, and sensibilities. And higher education is a level that comes after secondary education or high school. And UNESCO defines higher education as encompassing all type of education: academic, professional, technical, artistic, pedagogical, long distance learning, and lifelong education. So it's not only the formal education, but the informal education is also recognized as a type of education. So then it offers a wide range of fields of study and academic disciplines, preparing students for careers in various industries and providing opportunities for personal and professional development. So we will see there are like different ways of learning. So if you look at the the community end, and then if you assemble it together with the service, so then there are these professional community service like volunteerism, community outreach, these kind of activities where a person can learn from these kind of activities. And if you assemble it with research as well, so the area which is overlapping with community research and service, that is called as community-based research or participatory action research. And then if you assemble it with the teaching, so the area which overlaps with community, service, and teaching is called service learning. And then you have the community and teaching, so that is like distance education. So there are different kinds of education, different ways of learning, but the ultimate objective of all those different ways of learning is to impart knowledge, to acquire knowledge, and spread knowledge. And in last 20 years, there has been a lot of changes in higher education, especially the number of students. It has got increased a lot. And also with the number of students, there is like more diversity among the students and faculty. In earlier days, the education was only accessible to a section of society, but now it is no more like that. So everyone from a diverse background, from diverse geographical locations, they have access to the education. And thanks to the developments in the ICT, information communication technology, especially the AI, which is making a lot of changes in the areas of higher education, like library service management systems and student information systems. And online learning is becoming more prevalent in education. For example, have you heard about this BTech in data science from IIT Chennai? Does anyone know about that? BTech in data science from IIT Chennai?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that that course is open for everyone, and for that you don't even need background in science or in like even if you have a humanities background, but if you want to learn data science and computer programming, so you can do that. So that is the future of education. And you might have seen, for example, like this MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they are running several courses. There are multiple edtech companies who are running those courses, like Coursera is there, Edusera is there. So all those companies, they are bringing up different courses. just to reskill, to upskill, and to be continuously be competitive in the job market. Because now the time has gone where one can get a job just on the basis of degree. So that is not possible anymore. So to get a job and to stay in the job market, so one has to have competent skills. Okay, and those skills are rapidly changing. So one need to continuously upgrade and reskill and upskill themselves. So other than that, the college and universities are adapting the programs to ensure the students are prepared for the future workforce and close the skill gap. That's what I already said just now. And then increased mental health awareness is also, has developed. And then the education has become flexible, holistic, and multidisciplinary. And a lot of such courses have been introduced at different levels. And then the education has economic impact as well. For example, if you look at this survey, this is a small survey from 2018, which says about the unemployment rates and earning by educational attainment. Although it is for US, but even it is much relevant to Indian scenario as well. So if you look at the degree and then the median pay, so you can see that if a person is having less than a high school diploma or a high school diploma, so he is barely making like 500 to 600 to 700 US dollar median salary per week. But if a person is having a higher degree, for example, either a professional degree or a master's degree or a doctoral degree, so that person is making almost like 3 times better than the person with like no such education. So the same is in India as well. Like if you have professional degree, you are making good money, and then of course that if you earn well, so then that can improve your quality of life and quality of not only your but your family's life as well. And then the higher education has got a lot of impact on the workforce development as well. Like so that the education and training intervention leads to the medium-term outcomes are, for example, additional years of schooling, that including years within the same level or of additional level, greater quality of education received, greater alignment between skills obtained and those demanded by employers. Ultimately, it leads to the longer term outcomes. For example, the beneficiaries receives higher wages, greater lifetime earnings, and the beneficiaries experience improved employment as well. So the higher labor force participation and employment rates, more employment in formal sector or with benefits. So there is an impact on the innovation and entrepreneurship as well. So the university act as an anchor institution. So the gray circle is the university, where it helps to foster the entrepreneurship in undeserved communities, and through the social capital, human capital, and market and financial capital, the local community is supporting that entrepreneurship. And then if you go a little bit further, so at the city or region level, so you have the philanthropists, investors, residential communities, governments, non-profit organizations, and industries, big and small corporations, which help those small startup companies to grow into unicorns, actually, to make them leap and then to help them grow. So education is also, it has a very important role in shaping cultural perspectives as well, like promoting cultural diversity, tolerance, and inclusivity, increasing cultural participation, preserving cultural heritage, socializing individuals, instilling traditions, customs, and values, influencing mindset, promoting knowledge about different cultures through cultural studies and cultural exchange programs. So that was, a little bit about the education, how education is affecting a lot of things. So next we come to, we move to the NEP, National Education Policy 2020. So if you look at the overview, so these are some of the major, objectives of NEP 2020. So since it was brought in 2019 to be implemented in 2020, but due to COVID, it didn't work out. And now I think from 2024 onwards, the government is implementing it in almost every educational institute. And some of the educational institutes like Banaras Hindu University itself has declared that from this semester, this year, so they will have the courses, for example, like 4-year course program where if a student completes 1 year, he or she will get like a diploma, and then if complete 2 year, then certificate, and then 3-year completion of 3-year course, they will get a degree, and then with completion of 4 years, they will get a degree with honors actually. And then now the UGC has also said that if a person is completing 4-year UG degree, so they will be eligible for PhD, direct PhD. So the major objectives of NEP 2020 were like focus on open and distance learning to develop these courses and to develop this infrastructure so that everyone can get education from anywhere without restriction on the geographical location or their disabilities, for example. And then establishment of NRF, National Research Foundation, which is now called as Anusandhan National Research Foundation, ANRF, to gather the funds to fuel the research in academic environment. And then the emphasis on multidisciplinary education, not only the subject specific, but interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary education. There shall be multiple entry and exit points, as I said, and then they are going to establish a national credit framework. So where once, for example, a person has done 1-year course. So if they want to shift to another institute, so they will have those credits in their account, so they can use those credits for going to other institute as well, and they can continue from there. So it is not, they don't have to waste the time actually. And then it emphasizes on continuous and holistic assessment, not like the annual examination where everyone will be evaluated on the basis of the outcome of the annual exams, but rather it will be a continuous, for example, like term tests, unit tests, and then quizzes, assignments, tutorials. So this continuous and holistic assessment shall also be done. And then the medium of teaching and language education. So this is one of the important aspect of NEP 2020, that it accounts for, or it emphasizes the teaching in local language or the mother tongue. And probably you know that it is very easy to express your words or the feelings in your mother tongue. So then, and it is really easy for you to understand things in your mother tongue. And then the focus is on skill development, because that will ultimately lead to employment and then leading to improvement in the quality of life of the person. And then increasing inclusivity in early education, that is also one of the important aspect of NEP 2020. So the key principles are equity, as I said, like equity and inclusion to become the cornerstone of all educational decisions, unique capabilities, recognizing and tapping them in each student. For example, some students are good at science, some students are good at humanities, some students are good at organizing things, some students are good at entrepreneurship. So we have to identify all those characteristics and then nurture them and then make them grow. And then continuous review, which is built on sustainable research and assessment by educational experts, and critical thinking and creativity to boost logical decision making and innovation, and emphasize conceptual understanding, not the rote learning for examination, and the community participation, like uplifting philanthropic or private community involvement, and respect for diversity in local context to be reflected in curriculum, pedagogy, and policy. So now coming to the ICT, information and communication technology. So how we can integrate the ICT in education. So have you been using ICT in your education? Would you like to say, anyone would like to say some words, like if they are using ICT in their education teaching?
Yes, sir.
So how do you do that? Can you just...
We use LMS platform developed by our university. Then we use WhatsApp, Google Classroom, Scout, YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, that's really...
So LMS provides us.
Okay, so you have developed your own LMS.
Yes. Like that is modified version of Moodle.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really nice. Anyone else? Yeah, I think during COVID time, most of us have...
Yes.
Yeah, please, madam.
Yeah, even during COVID, we have taken the classes online.
Yeah.
So people could be able to attend the classes from their home as well. And even it is continuing some of the times. If there is some problem and we are not able to take the classes on offline, we are able to take online, and resources are available for them online, many of the resources, and they will be able to see their attendance and other things from the online link itself, that is portal itself. Student portal is there to inform their attendance and their test mark and other things. So we are using ICT in many ways.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the best to use, So, and we call it like hybrid learning. So where we are using it with the physical classroom, like face-to-face teaching, and also like to maintain the attendance record, to communicate with the students, like what time we'll have the class, or to share the lecture notes with them. So I think it's like the best use of these tools. So yeah, moving forward, so we can integrate these ICT tools in a lot of ways. For example, like digital learning resources. So you can generate ebooks, e-journals, online materials to enhance the classroom teaching. Can have the online assessments, like the providing immediate feedback and identifying areas of improvements. Like you conduct the Google quiz, where you can immediately get the students can get grades immediately once they submit their responses. And then virtual labs, it is nowadays coming to a lot of use, where, for example, if you are in a remote area and students is sitting in the remote area and there is no possibility of having the facilities to conduct the laboratory experiment, so these virtual labs can help a lot, actually. So where you can just simulate the experiment by using a software or by using some web servers, and then you can the student, they can learn, actually. And then we have blended learning, like when you combine this traditional teaching with the online resources for personalization and interactive learning. And then one of the most important thing is the teacher training, actually. So it recognizes, NEP 2020 recognizes the importance of training teachers to effectively integrate technology in education. Because sometimes we have all those necessary tools with us, but if we are not able to use them, we don't know how to use them, it will be of, difficult to implement them. So ICT in education is a mode of education that uses information communication technology to support, enhance, and optimize information delivery. So here the idea is to support, to enhance, and optimize. So it can be, any small tool which can support or enhance or optimize the information delivery is called as an ICT tool. So these tools to support and improve information delivery. So it can include digital tools like applications, apps, or learning management system, LMS, and interactive whiteboards as well. So the importance is they allow increased access to resources. They have like enhancing teaching learning process, the personalization of learning. So you can have a kind of a personalized learning experience. And then, for example, if some students in a class of, for example, 50 students, not everyone is having the same learning speed. So some of them are, like a paced learner, some of them are slow learner. So the paced learners, they can grasp the concept in the classroom, but what about the slow learner? So if he is not able to get the concept in the classroom, so if we can provide them with the video recorded session of that lecture, or with some additional material like assignments or tutorials, so that can help them to achieve their learning actually. So that is important. And then we have the collaborative learning, like if you can conduct these assignments or the tutorials in groups, or you have the group assignments, so the students can collaborate together. Like Google Docs is a very nice example where multiple people can work on a single document if they're working on some writing stuff actually. And then improved communication, the ICT increases the communication, improve the communication, and of course the convenience. For example, now I'm sitting in Stockholm and I'm like delivering a lecture in India. So yeah, that is also really convenient actually, from 24/7 from anywhere in the world. So some of the other features are like it is affordable, becoming affordable, ease of teaching process, upgrade learning, and the innovative content, and interactive, accessible, provide flexible learning, and collaborative as well. So what are the initiatives that were undertaken under NEP 2020? And I would like to share one of the experience. It's not my personal experience, but one of my friends' experience I would like to share. But before that, would you like to share your experiences with the use of these technologies, ICT tools, during the COVID time in your teaching? So the experience can be like good experience, bad experience, or just reflection on the use of these techniques. Yeah, please keep this session like interactive. I don't want it like it's a one-way communication, and that will be boring as well.
Yes, sir. During COVID, we were able to maintain or continue our education, like imparting education to the students because of ICT and tools. And we can say that there was no halt in the process of teaching. But on the other hand, we have faced like students were not motivated or not interested in teaching. They just used to connect to the class, but it was one-way communication. We were not able to identify or get their feedback. We were not sure like whether they are listening to us, they are getting the message what we are imparting to them. And after COVID, we have seen some negative impact of that also. Like I don't know what is going there, like what you have faced, but now students have become more passive. Yes.
Okay. So how was the okay, so you said like positive and negative both things, but is there anyone who would like to share their reflection?
We used to take classes, but we have to keep on asking them the question. Sometime you will be getting answer, sometime you won't. Because of bandwidth and other problems, everyone could not open their video. That is one of the problem. So sometimes it is like one way. Whenever students are asked to open their video also, sometimes they will open, sometimes they won't open. All the things happen, sir. But some of the students have that is attended well and they have responded well also. Some students actually there is who is normally okay. There is some naughty students and not listening students. They are like that only in that online mode as well. But in the students who perform well in the class, they actually used to attend. And they will answer also. Both the things have happened.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because yeah. So thank you so much for Dr. Sriniket Kumar Mishra and Dr. Lakshmi for sharing your thoughts on that. So that was a really difficult time, I would say, and that we all know that because it was like everyone was after saving their lives. It was really difficult that we we could not go out of home and do all those things. But still, what I realized that with the help of these ICT tools, at least, for example, if we talk about our institute, so we did not, our students did not lose even a single day. So our sessions were on time. Everything was like was on time. The calendar was on time, and then we could conduct the exams. We could conduct the classes, and then all those things using these tools. But there were issues, for example, as you discussed, that there were connectivity issues. There were problems with the hardware. Like the mobile phones were not available, not accessible. Things were not coming. Webcams were not there. But overall, it was it worked a lot. It helped a lot. And then I would like to share one experience with one of my friend. He is an examination controller in a big university where they have to conduct exam for they have the affiliated colleges, and then they had to conduct exam for almost like 10 lakh students. So it's around like 1 million students they have to conduct exam for. And then what they did was they tried different sort, like as you said, like students were cheating, and then they were not focusing on the class, all those things. So they tried conducting exam with camera, and with 2-3 cameras, the cameras were identifying whether the student is cheating or not. So, but it didn't work out. So then what they did was they developed an app, an Android-based app for smartphone, and for each of the subject, they curated a question bank. They made a question bank of around 50,000 questions. All those were like objective type, and then true, false, all those kind of objective questions. So they did that, and then by using that application, they conducted the exam, and then it was like highly successful. So I think if we try to figure out a way, then there is a way for almost every issue, and then these ICT tools, they helped a lot in the tough time like COVID. I hope that we don't see that again. Yeah, but these tools, they were extensively used. Okay, so coming back to the presentation, so some of the initiatives under NEP 2020, like Diksha, so this digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. It says one nation, one digital platform having ebooks and e-contents. The policy encourages the creation of digital content in various formats, including videos, animations, simulations, and interactive modules to make learning more engaging and effective. The policy recognizes the potential of AI and ML in personalizing learning, providing real-time feedback and enhancing the overall educational experience, and the launch of National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage, NCFFS, and Jadui Pitara for play-based learning, teaching material tailored for children below the age group of 3 to 8 years. Yeah, and then we have the, for example, the ICT proficiency. It works on like digital creations, problem solving and innovation. We have digital communication, collaboration, participation, digital learning and development, information, data and media literacy. When you look at this with the lens of digital identity and well-being. So now let us understand the digital infrastructure. So it refers to the foundational technological components necessary for effective utilization of digital resources in education, like the hardware, computer, tablets, smartphones, servers, projectors, etc., and the internet connectivity, high-speed internet access, Wi-Fi network, broadband connections, etc. And the digital infrastructure forms the backbone of modern educational system, enabling seamless access to digital content and resources. So the hardware in education includes devices such as computers, tablets, and interactive whiteboards, and it facilitates the access. It provides students and educators with access to digital resources and tools, and then it enhances the learning experience. They enable engaging and immersive learning experience, fostering better comprehension and retention. And it supports collaboration. It enables collaborative learning activities and group projects, promoting teamwork and communication skills. So internet connectivity is essential for accessing online educational resources and services. The access to information enables students and teachers to access vast repositories of educational content, including ebook, videos, and online courses. And the internet connectivity also helps to enhance the communication and collaboration. It facilitates communication between students and teachers, as well as collaborative projects with peers. It enables remote learning, which is crucial for supporting remote learning initiatives, especially during time of crisis or when the physical attendance is not feasible. So how do we ensure that we have the adequate digital infrastructure? So the first thing is the investment. Adequate funding is required to procure and maintain digital hardware and establish robust internet connectivity infrastructure. And then the policy support. Government policies should prioritize the development and maintenance of digital infrastructure in educational institutions. Public-private partnership, collaboration between government bodies, educational institutions, and private sectors entities can help bring gap in digital infrastructure provision. Concluding that investing in digital infrastructure is highly essential for ensuring equitable access to quality education, preparing students for the digital age. And a lot of initiatives are going on for that. So some of the initiatives for the infrastructure enhancement are like digital infrastructure development and establishment of digital classrooms. NEP 2020 emphasizes the creation of digital classrooms equipped with interactive whiteboards, computers, and internet connectivity to facilitate modern teaching methods. Internet connectivity expansion. The BharatNet initiative, NEP 2020, aims to leverage the BharatNet project to expand high-speed broadband connectivity to all educational institutions, ensuring equitable access to online resources. And capacity building for educators, like professional development workshops. If we have the hardware and we have the software, but we do not have trained manpower who can use or utilize those resources, those will be of no use. So conducting workshops and seminars to enhance teachers' digital literacy and proficiency in utilizing ICT tools for pedagogical purposes. And digital content creation and curation. So National Digital Repository, establishment of a National Digital Repository to curate high quality educational content, including ebooks, videos, simulations, and interactive modules accessible to educators and students across the country. So I have another question for you. So why do you think that we need to make a National Digital Repository to develop all this e-content when we have a lot of resources already available? For example, YouTube is there, you can find almost anything. So what do you think, like why do we need a dedicated repository for that?
Rural places, actually they do not have enough resources, and everyone cannot actually afford for buying the books and other things. And if it is freely available, all the students from any financial background can actually that is access it. Even the teachers in that is remote places, means rural places who could not actually facilitate in government school can access these type of resources. So these are the main benefits.
Yeah, that's nice. Anyone else would like to share their thoughts?
सर कई बार लैंग्वेज के लेवल पे भी प्रॉब्लम आती है. जो ई कंटेंट प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं वो बाइलिंगुअल होते नहीं है. तो कई बार ऐसे रूरल एरिया के बच्चे हैं जो हिंदी भाषा में वो प्रोग्राम या वो कंटेंट नहीं अवेलेबल है, तो उनको समझने में दिक्कत आती है कई बार.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point actually. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, okay. So we got like very nice suggestions that we need it for the language, like in mother tongue, as we said, like, okay, we need to develop the content in the mother tongue so that the people or the students who are, because these are some of the experiences from some of my colleagues actually. Like I know some friends and they say that, okay, in this area, in this specific area, like students cannot speak this language, so they insist us to teach in this language. So I think if we have the content in those local languages or those mother tongues, it will be really effective. Especially when you look at the countries like Japan or you go to any European country, so they also have the basic education in their own language. And India is is not a single country, but yeah, because we have almost every state has its own language and culture. So if we can develop those educational tools in all those languages, that will be really effective. And another important thing is that the content which is now available, for example, if you talk about YouTube, so the teaching content which is available on YouTube, most of the content is not reliable actually, because that content has not been peer reviewed. So someone just created some content and then they claim that, okay, this is correct, but that is not true. You might have also seen. Have you ever experienced that? Questioning the reliability of the content which is available online.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and even I have seen several textbooks from some local publishers, and those are just like it's like in very bad shape. So the content in those textbooks are also, everything is wrong actually, because now this publish or perish thing has come. So people, they just want to have a fat CV. So they that is why it is important to have the reliable and accurate content, and that reliable and accurate content is only possible if we have a dedicated platform. So and then where the content is, for example, you might know about this NPTEL, which is a national resource created by the premier institutes. So where the professors from premier institutes are delivering lectures and that can be attended by anyone. And then earlier we had those satellite channels, actually EduSat. It was named EduSat. So students, they could learn from the television channel. So it was like those classes were going on recorded sessions, and they were streamed using the satellite. So all those things, so those we need, and the important thing is to have the accurate and reliable content, and that is why we need our own dedicated platform, dedicated repository where people can develop high quality ebooks, videos, simulations, interactive modules which are accessible to educators and students across the country. So moving forward with the role of ICT in promoting digital literacy. So digital literacy refers to the ability to use digital technologies effectively and critically to access, evaluate, and create information. The ICT plays a crucial role in promoting digital literacy by providing access to digital tools, resources, and platforms for learning and skill development. The digital literacy empowers individuals to navigate the digital landscape, critically evaluate online information, and communicate effectively in the digital age. So the NEP 2020 emphasizes the importance of equipping students with essential digital skills, including basic computer proficiency, internet navigation, information literacy, and online safety. And the PBL, project-based learning, incorporating project-based learning approaches that require students to utilize digital tools and resources to solve real-world problems, fostering creativity, collaboration, and problem-solving skills. So the skill development for teachers is, for example, pedagogical training, where the NEP 2020 advocates for comprehensive training programs to enhance teachers' pedagogical skills in integrating ICT into teaching practices effectively. And the ICT competency, capacity building initiatives focus on improving teachers' ICT competency, including training on using educational software, digital content creation, and online assessment tools. So some of the initiatives under NEP 2020 for capacity building are National Teacher Platform. So establishment of a national teacher platform to provide access to online resources, training modules, and professional development opportunities for teachers across the country. And teacher training institutes, setting up teacher training institutes and center of excellence to offer specialized training programs focused on ICT integration, digital literacy, and innovative teaching methodologies. Empowering educators and learners, so collaborative learning communities. NEP 2020 encourages the creation of collaborative learning communities where educators can share best practices, resources, and experiences related to digital literacy and skill development. And lifelong learning, promoting a culture of lifelong learning among educators and learners, supported by continuous professional development opportunities and access to digital learning resources. Moving further, so with the personalized learning, how we can tailor the education with technology. So have you ever experienced a demand from some students for like personalized learning? Do you have something to share on the personalized learning?
Sir, even during that online classes, that is, students actually clear their doubts. They are having the doubt. They actually open the video, they clear the doubt, and whenever they are actually given some assignments, they will just to show they will share their screen and they do the things, and it will happen. So even so, it is not like there is in online learning we cannot have personalized learning. So whenever students are having any doubt, they actually ask for clarification. And whenever they do something, they will actually show that to us whether they are doing it correctly or not, and they check that. So those things also happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. So as I gave you a small example that all the students are not in the same boat, right? So some are slow learners, some are paced learner. Or maybe, for example, a student got unfortunately met with an accident and he's not able to attend the classes for like 2 months and he's in the hospital. So can we have something which so that student also cannot, miss the classes or cannot is devoid of the learning. So this is how the ICT enables like personalized learning experience. So personalized learning refers to instructional approaches that adapt to the individual needs, interests, and learning style of each student. So it might be that a student is in like really far rural area where there is like no connectivity. Last month when I was taking the same lecture, so someone asked the question that, okay, so not everyone is having a smartphone, right? So but how can we make sure that we can develop these tools for a person who is living like far away on some island and with no access to the internet. So what do you think? What can be a suitable way out of this situation? Any suggestion on that? Okay, yeah. So, I gave an example of the satellite stuff, right? Like EduSat, we were using for teaching. So it is not that we need a smartphone, even with the simple feature phone or with the radio. If you remember earlier when there was this radio was used a lot, so some recorded movies were played actually. So movies were playing on radio and people were still enjoying those movies. Can you believe that, like, movie without a screen, but still you can understand what is going on, you can imagine the things. So the same can happen with education as well. Like if you're a good communicator, if you're a good teacher, if one person is a good teacher, so they can even record the audio and then audio lesson, and then that can be circulated through the voice message or through the satellite or on the simple feature phone as well. So as I said, like, if you want, there will be a way out of the situation. So that can be done. So this is how ICT is helping us to personalize the learning experience. So so the technologies allow educators to differentiate instruction based on students' abilities, preferences, and pace of learning, fostering greater engagement and achievement. So then we have these adaptive learning platforms and tools. So the adaptive learning systems platform utilizes algorithms and artificial intelligence to analyze students' learning pattern and deliver customized learning pathways and content. Intelligent tutoring system we have the AI-powered tutoring system provides personalized support and feedback to students, adjusting instructional strategies based on their performance and learning needs. And then we have the gamified learning apps, like gamification element in learning apps encourage students' engagement and motivation by offering personalized challenges, rewards, and progress tracking. So some of the recommendations of NEP 2020 for personalized learning, like we have the flexible learning pathway. NEP 2020 advocates for flexible learning pathway that allows students to choose from a diverse range of subjects, courses, and learning modalities based on their interest and career goals. Competency-based education, emphasizing competency-based education models that focus on mastery of skills and knowledge rather than traditional age-based grade levels, enabling personalized progression and assessment. And learning analytics, leveraging learning analytics data and data-driven insights to monitor student progress, identify learning gaps, and provide timely intervention and support to ensure personalized learning success. For example, if we talk about like language education and a student is like, or mathematics, for example, a student is appearing in a test, and then the algorithm can determine based on the responses of the student, so is strength and weakness actually. So for example, if student has given right answer to all the questions in trigonometry, so it means that student is good in trigonometry, but maybe he answered the questions in the answers to the geometry questions were not good. So then the algorithm can analyze that data based on the response of the student, and then it can generate a report where it can tell, okay, in these areas student is weak, in these areas student is good, so as to put more focus on this area to improve. So all those kind of, the learning analytics, and then this learning analytic and data driven approach, we can monitor student progress and we can help them to succeed. So some of the benefits of personalized learning with technology, it is individualized instruction, so allows educators to tailor instructions to meet the unique needs and learning styles of each student, promoting deeper understanding and retention of concepts. Increased engagement, personalized learning experience enhance student engagement and motivation by offering choice, autonomy, and relevance in their learning journey. Improved learning outcomes. Research shows that personalized learning with technology leads to improved academic performance, higher graduation rate, and greater student satisfaction. So how we can empower educators or learners? So professional development, NEP 2020 emphasizes the importance of professional development programs for educators to effectively integrate personalized learning strategies and technology into their teaching practices. And the student agency can promote student agencies and self-directed learning skills through personalized learning experience, empower students to take ownership of their learning and pursue their interests and passions. So moving next with the enhancing learning through accessible resources. So now we know that, okay, we can use those ICT, but we need to have those resources, right? So we need to have those hardware and software, both those things. So with the advancement of technology, the digital content and resources have become essential component of modern education. So the digital resources provide easy access to a wide range of educational material, including ebooks, videos, simulations, interactive tools, fostering anytime, anywhere learning opportunities. And the digital content offers diverse perspectives, formats, and mediums to cater to the diverse learning needs and preferences of students. So we have these OERs, open educational resources, which are freely accessible, openly licensed educational material that can be used, adapted, and shared by educators and learners worldwide. And the benefits of OER, they promote equity and inclusivity by eliminating cost barriers to access educational resources, fostering collaboration, innovation, and customization in teaching and learning. And then we have the online libraries, which provide curated collection of digital resources, including academic journals, research papers, textbooks, and multimedia content, accessible to educators and students for self-directed learning and research. So some of the strategies for content development and curation under NEP 2020. So it has started this National Digital Repository. It proposes to establish a National Digital Repository to curate high-quality educational content, textbook, lecture, videos, interactive modules, which are accessible to educators and students across the country. And then there shall be curriculum reforms. It emphasizes the need for curriculum reforms to integrate digital resources, OER, and multimedia content into the curriculum, ensuring relevance, currency, and alignment with 21st century skills and competencies. And then we have the quality assurance. NEP 2020 outlines mechanism for quality assurance and peer review processes to ensure the reliability, accuracy, accuracy and relevance of digital educational resources available to educators and learners. So then bridging the digital divide. So we have to, address the inequality. So there are, two things. We have to address the inequality, means access to quality educational resources is crucial for addressing educational inequalities and bridging the digital divide, particularly in undeserved communities and remote areas. So NEP 2020 outlined the government initiatives to provide digital devices, internet connectivity, and access to online libraries and OER platforms to ensure equitable access to quality educational resources for all the learners. And then moving to the next section, where we are trying to see how we can harness the technology for inclusive learning. And inclusivity is, it aims to provide equal opportunities for all learners, including those with diverse abilities, diverse backgrounds, and learning needs. So it promotes diversity, equity, accessibility, and participation, ensuring that every learner feels valued, respected, and supported in the learning environment. So ICT plays an important role. So in inclusive learning, inclusive education. So that is through the accessibility features. It enables the customization of learning material and delivery methods to accommodate diverse learning styles, preferences, and needs. For example, like those who are like colorblind. So how we can develop some books for the color blinds, which they will so that those books shall use the colors which those colorblind people can easily recognize. So all those kind of like small things we have to just cater to their needs actually, and this is called inclusive education. And then we have assistive technologies like screen readers, speech recognition software, alternate input devices, which empower students with disabilities to access and engage with educational content independently. And then we have Universal Design for Learning, UDL. It supports the implementation of UDL principles by providing multiple means of representation, expression, and engagement, allowing all learners to access and succeed in the curriculum. It also promotes access and participation. So the remote learning facilitates opportunities, allowing students to access education from anywhere, overcoming the barriers such as geographical location, physical abilities, and health condition. And the collaborative learning platforms, they enable students to collaborate with peers, educators, and experts, promoting social interaction, teamwork, and peer support in inclusive learning environment. So NEP 2020 initiatives for inclusive education, special education support. NEP 2020 emphasizes the importance to provide special education support and accommodation for students with disabilities, ensuring their inclusion and participation in mainstream educational setting. And teacher training programs. It advocates for comprehensive teacher training programs to equip educators with knowledge, skills, and strategies required to effectively integrate ICT and support inclusive practices in the classroom. And then it fosters a culture of inclusion by empowering students to advocate for their own learning needs and preferences, promoting self-advocacy, self-determination, and independence, and of course building the community, a sense of belonging and community among students, educators, and families, creating supportive learning environment where diversity is celebrated and respected. So then we come to the next section, where enhancing assessment practices through digital tools. Like now we have talked about teaching. Now let us talk a little bit about the evaluation as well. So do you have any experience with the evaluation, with the assessment using those ICT tools, or you would like to share?
I have used Moodle quiz and Moodle assignments, and during that COVID period, online classes.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Anyone else would like to share their thoughts, how they do the assessment using ICT tools?
Even Google form can be actually used to conduct tests.
Mm-hmm.
So when the students will get the marks immediately if we allow them to see that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And other tools also used by various faculties for conducting tests, and actually even presenting, whenever they are presenting things, that time also for polling and all, we can use the ICT.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Anyone else? Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for your responses. Yes, as you said, like digital assessment, it refers to the technology to administer, deliver, and evaluate students' learning outcomes. Like the idea of the purpose of education is to transfer the knowledge, okay, share the knowledge, and then with the evaluation, we would like to see whether the student has gained that knowledge or not, the concept or not, right? So it can be, it shall be a continuous process. So it can be in the form of like online quiz, interactive simulations, multimedia projects, and computer adaptive tests. So the digital assessment offers benefits such as immediate feedback, scalability, accessibility, and the ability to analyze data for insight into students' performance and learning trends. As I said, like the Google quiz, if for example you're using Google quiz, then it gives you immediate result, like the grading, it can give you immediately. And then not only that, it can also provide the scalability as well. Like you can conduct a Google quiz for maybe 1,000 people at the same time, so without any problem, because those all be otherwise conducting a paper-based quiz or an exam for 1,000 people will be a lot more difficult, because then you have to assemble all of them and you have to arrange all the logistics and all. Yeah, and then it can also give you insight into how the student is doing in specific, specific subject, or it can be specific topic actually. So the digital assessment tools are like learning management system, which of course every one of us are using, like Google Classroom, Microsoft Team, Zoom Education, and all those kind of things. And then we have the online assessment platforms, like to conduct the quizzes, automated grading, and digital analytics to inform instructional decision making. And these are again like the Google Classroom or the Kahoot to conduct the quizzes online. And then you have the digital portfolios, like which allows students to showcase their work, reflect on their learning journey, and receive feedback from peers and educators in a multimedia format. So the benefits of digital assessment are personalization. Digital assessments can be tailored to individual student need, allowing for adaptive testing, differentiated instruction, and targeted intervention strategies. Engagement, these features are and multimedia elements in digital assessment enhances student engagement and motivation, making assessment activities more meaningful and enjoyable. And then accessibility. So these digital assessments accommodate diverse learning styles and preferences, providing alternative formats, assistive technologies, and accommodations for students with disabilities. So the NEP 2020 recommendations for digital evaluation are continuous assessment. It emphasizes the importance of continuous assessment practices that integrate formative and summative assessment to provide holistic feedback on student learning approaches, progress. And then competency-based assessment. It advocates for competency-based assessment models that focus on evaluating students' mastery of skills, competencies, and learning outcomes rather than rote memorization or exam performance. And authentic assessment tasks. NEP 2020 encourages the use of authentic assessment tasks that reflect real-world context, challenges, and skills required for success in the 21st century. So ensuring integrity and security, digital assessment platforms incorporate features such as plagiarism detection tool, secure browser setting, and proctoring solutions to uphold academic integrity and prevent cheating. And then we have the educators must prioritize data privacy and security when implementing digital assessment practices, ensuring compliance with regulations and protecting sensitive student information from unauthorized access or misuse. Like in Google Classroom, if we are asking for an assignment, if student is uploading assignment, so it can detect the plagiarism and tell whether it's a copy pasted or it's an authentic writing, authentic work of the student actually. So coming to the end of this first half, so the attributes of e-learning are: it provides connectivity, access to information on a global scale, flexibility, learning can take place anytime, anywhere, any place, interactivity, assessment of learning can be immediate and autonomous, collaboration, use of discussion tools for collaborative learning, and personalization, learning methods can be adapted and customized. So in the later half, we will see the tools, e-tools like LMS, virtual laboratories, and in the end, we will run a small Kahoot quiz. So it might be useful or might be interesting for those who have never used Kahoot for taking quiz or conducting quiz. So I know some of you have used Kahoot, but yeah, I hope you will enjoy. So we'll just take a small quiz using Kahoot. So with that, I would like to take a short break of 10 minutes and then we will start again, and we will have, so the later half will be more like interactive. So I will show you some of the tools, the virtual labs, which you can use for your teaching or you can recommend to others for teaching, all those kind of things. Yeah, but before that, if you have any question, please do not hesitate It's not only the question. If you have any suggestion or want to discuss something, please do that. No? Okay, so if you do not have any questions, so then as I say, like I will take a 10-minute break and then we see each other at 5:30 in that case. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Okay, welcome back. Am I audible? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, so let us continue. So in this session, the second half, we will have a look at those, learning management system. For example, I will not go in detail for those because we have already experience with them, using the Google Classroom, using the Elucidate like Canvas or Zoom Education or Microsoft Teams. And then our main focus will be on virtual laboratories. So where, you can simulate the experiments and you can do a lot of teaching activities using this virtual laboratory. And then in the end, we will see about Kahoot, a little bit about Kahoot, and we will conduct a small quiz for those who have never used Kahoot, hoping that they will enjoy this. So and then going further, so there was a small survey study which showed the effectiveness of e-learning, and this was in pharmacy actually. So on the basis of learning outcomes, so the outcome was like increased confidence, increase in this change in the skills, gain in the knowledge and course benefits. And on the side of behavior, there was like willingness to change practice and perceived or actual practice change. And then on the different reactions which were obtained from the people were like the perceived benefits were like flexibility, confidence, knowledge. It stimulates interest and leading to online discussion. And on the basis of functionality, it was like saving time and ease of use and course presentation and using the technology. So overall, the outcome was like showing that the e-learning is effective in education. Okay, so now we come to the virtual labs, and virtual labs are, as I said, like these are ICT tools where you have them as a web server a software which you can install on your computer, and then you can simulate the experiment, perform the experiments without the need of the physical laboratory. So this is one of the open educational resource for pharmacy, like NUS, National University of Singapore, which is created with a commons license, means that it is free to use, free to circulate, free to share, and then you don't need to pay anything. So it save costs, and it is available for lifelong. And then these resources can be licensed to allow sharing of content as well. So you don't need copyright permission to use it, as long as it is open license actually. So the web page of this NUS OER looks like this, and then you can have the different resources here like MIT OpenCourseWare, Coursera, edX, OECR Commons, and then like databases, journals, books, all those things are available. And several Indian institutions have also, they are also coming up with OERs, like IIT Kanpur has created a lab, and IIT Delhi has a virtual lab. I will show them as well. And then there is open system pharmacology, which is a reliable, powerful, and easy to use modeling and simulation tool for pharmaceutical and other life science applications, and is qualified and accepted by scientific community, including academia, regulatory agency, and industry. And it's available for free to everyone. And then tutorials are there to introduce the fundamental concepts of physiologically based pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic modeling. This look like this. The web server web page looks like this. And then we have the drug bank, which is an intelligent clinical data API and in-depth knowledge database, which serves the knowledge base for drug interactions, pharmacology, chemical structure, targets, metabolism, and more. And you can download the limited data set free for academic and non-commercial use. And then you can identify repurposing opportunities, build predictive machine learning models, structured extensive data set covers drug in every stage research, clinical trial and approved. And you can use the different kind of data and compare the results of the corresponding drugs. So this is like the drug bank where you can get information for all the drugs which we are using. These are like FDA approved drugs which are in clinical use for any disease. And then we have this biomodel. So this is a little bit interesting. So it contains several, simulation experiments like UV visible spectrophotometer, colorimetric assay for enzyme activity, simulation of column chromatography of proteins. And then with the chemistry applications, we can display macromolecule using protein structure, protein data bank, RCSB protein data bank. And with morph, you can do linear interpolation between two models in PDB format as well. So the web server looks like this. So let me give you a quick demo to this one. I'm sharing this. Okay, so yep, biomodel. Yeah, so do you see that? Do you see the biomodel web page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So yeah. So this is a biomodel web page. So here you have different like experiments. For example, you can see the structure protein, nucleic acid, amino acid, virtual lab where you can process the DNA samples through restriction, enzyme digestion, and gel electrophoresis. So you can do multiple STR-PCR electrophoresis. And you can run the enzyme kinetics. You can simulate the enzyme kinetics, have the graphical plots, fitting experimental data to Michael-Menten equation using nonlinear regression. And then I have the immunology experiments as well. And then you can draw the molecule and see the 3D model interactively. Can go for the understand the stereoisomerism in biomolecules, explore the periodic table. So I'll just give you a quick example of like how we can see water molecules. So let us enter into this water, and then here you see that we have this liquid water, which is molecules clustering through bond formation. So this is these are 10 water molecules which forms. So these are just like random molecules now, and then we have so now we have these 10 molecules, and then you can see that we have the oxygen atom in the red, and then we have the hydrogen atom in the white, and then you see the van der Waals radii of these respective atoms. And when you play this one, so you will see that those 10 water molecules are coming closer and forming the drop. So this is now in liquid shape, liquid phase, I would say. And then you can see those hydrogen bonds actually, and then you can zoom it as well, and then you can see that each you can rotate it as well, and you can see these oxygen of each water molecule is forming hydrogen bonds with the hydrogen of other water molecule. So this is inter molecular hydrogen bonding, and then this is now in the liquid phase. Okay, and then there is this one where you can see the transition of the water from liquid phase to a solid phase, which we call as like freezing. So now we have this water in liquid phase. So this water is in liquid phase. We can show maybe like those hydrogen bonds. And then when I click on freezing, so now what you will see is those water molecules, they will arrange themselves, and then they will arrange themselves in a regular pattern in a crystal lattice, and then they become solid. So this is, now you can see like those water molecules are nicely arranged in a regular lattice where they are bonded by the hydrogen bonds. So these are hydrogen bonds now. So they are bonded by the hydrogen bonds, and then they are arranged in a nice, three-dimensional lattice. You can see, for example, like all of them are regularly spaced lattice. They are bound, they are arranged. So this is a crystal structure. So this is now ice, and when I just heat it up, provide some energy, so again this will increase the energy of these water molecules, and then they will start moving away from each other, and then that they will form the they will convert into the liquid state. So this is an example of a simulation where one can teach students how this how this stuff is, like this experiment is working, like how the melting and freezing of water happens. So this can be taught to school kids or like college students and all. Likewise, you can do all these things like enzymology. You can do Michaelis-Menten equation. It might be of interest to some of you. So this can be done. Okay, going back to the presentation. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. So then we have the spectrophotometry as well. Is there anyone who is using spectrophotometry? Is there anyone who have been using spectrophotometry or from chemistry background? Is there anyone who is from chemistry background? No? Okay, so we have this spectrophotometry where you can simulate the experiments for conducting like absorbance, determining the absorbance of a solution or quantifying a solution based on its absorbance. So you have different solutions, colored solutions, which you can make solutions of different concentrations, and you put them into the cuvette. This cuvette you put in the instrument, and then you can run the experiment, and you will get the data. So like these kind of the simulations one can do. And then we have the ADMET SAR, where you can calculate the ADMET properties of pharmaceutical compounds. So you just need to draw the structure here, draw molecule, and then it will calculate the properties of those molecules. And then there is mole inspiration that also can calculate a lot of properties: normalization of molecule manipulation, processing them, fragmentation, tautomer generation, and molecular depiction of high quality. So these things can be done. And then there is this is mole inspiration web page, how it looks like, and this is how you draw your molecule. Like you just enter the smiles, and then you just draw the structure and calculate the properties. And Dr. Pankaj has got a question here. What he's asking, these are simulations of material characterization in solid state physics. Yeah, there are, of course, there are for for almost every field. So you will find these tools for every field. But for me, it was not possible to cover each and every tool in this lecture actually. And then we have this interactive screen experiment where you can do titration, like Royal Society of Chemistry. It hosts a nice web page where you can simulate the titration, acid-base titration, where you can determine quantitative determination of acids and bases. And then there is this Chem Collective online resource where you can do again those chemistry-based experiments like based on stoichiometry, thermochemistry, kinetics, equilibrium, acid-base chemistry, and then physical chemistry and properties of solutions. And then there is CoReact, which is to simulate the reactions, create the virtual chemical reactions with MSI's CoReact. And then there is molecular workbench, which is again to conduct a lot of experiments, to simulate experiments in thermodynamics, state of matter, chemical bonding. So you can see the orbitals and all those things. And then there is ChemReacts, which is again a chemical reaction simulator. Like you simulate a chemical reaction using different reactants, and then you get to know whether the product is feasible or not. So those things can be done. And then there is Lab Exchange, which is free and open to everyone, and which is a kind of providing the teaching content. And then you can do a lot of simulations in this Lab Exchange web server as well. And then we have the Pharma Lab, where you can do the simulations which are specific to the pharmaceutics and all, like compounding and then making different doses form and formulating capsules. And then there is this HPLC virtual lab, high performance liquid chromatography, which can be used to conduct to simulate the system and then simulate the experiment of conducting HPLC. And then there is virtual anatomy and physiology classroom, so which is providing about the anatomy. So here you can see, for example, you can have different for each system. You can have the anatomy of like different organ systems actually. And the similar is this biointeractive, HHMI biointeractive, like you can see here, for example, like the immune system. You can simulate the immune system. You can see how our immune system is working, how the allergic reactions happen, how a drug is working. So all those kind of simulations can be done using this biointeractive, HHMI biointeractive. And then there is virtual microscopy, where some of the basics of microscopy are explained. And then there is web resource where virtual microscopy, where you can run the interactive tutorials like scanning electron microscope, where you have the you will see how a scanning electron microscope works, and then with some virtual samples you can just see the structure of those things actually under the microscope as well. Yeah, and then so then I would like to take you back to the web page. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So then there is this virtual labs. This has been a government of India initiative actually. So this I would like to put some emphasis on. So here we have this virtual lab. So it is an initiative of Ministry of Education under the National Mission on Education through ICT. And in this, the objectives are to provide remote access to simulation-based labs in various disciplines of science and technology, and to induce students to conduct experiments by arousing their curiosity, which would help them in learning basics and advanced concepts through remote experimentation, and to provide a complete learning management system around the virtual lab where the students, teachers can avail the various tools for learning, including additional web resources, video lectures, and animated demonstrations and self-evaluation. So then there are, different areas, and then there are different participating institutions, and I'm sure that almost every institute has have developed some tools. So if you, for example, go to, so which one shall we look for? Is there any preference for anyone who would like to explore some virtual labs for their students? Okay, tell me which one shall I explore? Biotech. Okay, let us go to biotech. So if you go to biotech, and then you have all these like labs which have been developed using these which are hosted here actually. So like biomedical signal and image processing by IIT Roorkee, biochemistry virtual lab by Amrita Vishnu Vidyapeeth, bioinformatics, biomedical cell biology. So let us see, for example, like, okay, biochemistry virtual lab 2. Okay, so this is now the biochemistry virtual lab, and then you will see the objective. What are the objectives to for this lab specifically? And then there are list of experiments. So detection of adulteration in milk, estimation of iodine value for oils and fats, estimation of blood glucose by glucose oxidase. So okay, let us see like detection of adulteration in milk. And then to detect various adulterants present in milk using specific biochemical tests. So then we have the theory. This is the theory, like what can we, and then we have the pre-test, like just a small quiz, and then you have the procedure, how we will do it, what will you need, what are the methods, and then you have the simulation. So this simulation is so now it is being loaded. So it's all software based. So now we have the water bath, we have the hot water, resorcinol, iodine, concentrated H2SO4, concentrated HCl, phenolphthalein, and FeCl3. So you have to follow the procedure. For example, now we have starch in milk. So that is an adulteration. Okay. So when we have added starch in milk, so the iodine will okay. So sorry, I don't know the order actually. We have to follow that actually. We have to follow the the experimental procedure. Like we go to here method, measure out 10 ml milk into a test tube and 1 ml of methylene blue to be added in it. Okay, so let us see if we. Okay. Measure 3 ml. The test tube is then kept for incubation, boiling water for 5 minutes. Test is cooled and few drops of iodine solution are finished. Okay, so this is, we have to take this. How to take this? Can we drag it? Or okay, so just we turn it on, and then the test tube is here, and then we have to heat it for 5 minutes. And then we have to add the iodine. So now we will add the iodine. So let us add the iodine in the test tube. Okay, we have added the iodine, and then we have got a color. So we have got a blue color, means blue color means it should be the presence of starch, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so this is how, it's like you are just replicating it in the form of, an application. So the same thing a student can do in the lab, but if the student is not has no access to the lab, at least they can learn from doing this virtual experiment actually. So did you find it useful, these virtual labs?
Sir, any virtual lab for management students, sir?
Sorry?
See, what about, sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
If one more thing, the rate of the experiment, whatever you are doing, how much accuracy you are getting if we go for here, what are the things you are measuring actually?
No, actually here it is not about measuring actually. It is just simulation. Means we have done the experiment in lab and we are feeding that data in the form of an experiment to create a virtual experiment. So this is just for practice. It is not the actual experiment. You cannot quantitatively, because what we have done here is, for example, we added sugar first in the milk, right? The adulteration. Okay. And then now we know that there is sugar in this milk, and now when we will add iodine, so there will be blue color, right? Okay. So the inference is that, okay, now if iodine gives blue color, means that is the presence of starch. Now the same thing can be made like, for example, you perform it without knowing that, okay, now you have got a new sample and you don't know what is in there, and then if you get a blue color, then it is presence of starch. If you don't get a blue color, it is absence of starch. So it can be modified and it can be, used for training purpose. But of course, it cannot replace. It cannot replace the, the actual laboratory. But it is for teaching purpose. Like the most of the 90% of the training, 90% of the training of pilot, it is being done on a simulator. So the pilots, they are not going to fly the aircraft on the day one. So they sit in a simulator where they have the cockpit and they have the computers, screens all over, and then they have all the controls in their hand. And then they start learning on those simulators actually. Okay, this will be helpful for the simulation lab only. Yes. So for teaching the students, like how does, but you cannot, of course, you cannot quantify, like how can you quantify using software? Yes. But on the other hand side, there are some tools. For example, there are some mathematical software which you can use to get the results as well. Okay, right? Sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. And then we got a question: is the virtual labs available publicly? Yes, these are actually open source. These are free. So these labs are open source. Okay, so this was this one, and then there is this. If you look at the other virtual labs, like there are a lot more. For example, this is from IIT Guwahati, separating and throttling calorimeter. So if you go back, so this was for then you can have, for example, mechanical engineering, for example, and then you have, for example, this IIT Kanpur electron microscopy for beginners. Right, so now we have here electron microscopy, and then you have the basics, like basics of scanning, SEM, feature size measurement, beam voltage, element mapping, basic operation, bright field, sample preparation, cross sample preparation, so simulation. Yeah, for example, now we have the powder, and then you have so you have to prepare the sample in some specific orders, like pick the material, do the ultrasonic treatment, and add the alcohol, and then put it on the carbon grid. So all these kind of, so these techniques are to assist the actual labs, right? To make them students aware of like how it works and how the things are, in the lab works. Okay, is that fine? And then you have so you can explore all these. So this is you just search virtual labs and then Ministry of Education in the Google, and then you will find this. Okay, and you shall explore them, I would say. That's my suggestion. Okay, so after that, let us explore the Kahoot. So now this is Kahoot actually. So where you create your account and then you can create new quizzes, and then now we will run a small quiz. So what I would like to ask you is to join this quiz. So what you will do is you will take, if you are using your laptop for attending this session, so what you can do is you can connect to this Kahoot using your mobile phone. So scan this barcode in your mobile phone, and then it will ask for your name, and then you will be a participant in this quiz. So in this quiz, we will have just 5 very simple questions which you will answer by using your mobile phone. So your mobile phone will act as just as a button to give your answer. So I encourage those, especially those who have never used Kahoot, I encourage those to join this actually. Yeah, so we have sport for 20 people. So as soon as there are 20, we will start with the questions. Yeah, please do that. Why are you hesitating? I can see only one attendee till now. So there are just very simple questions which I'm sure everyone will be able to answer. And you can join, you don't need to join with your real name. You can join with anonymous name if you don't want to reveal your identity, because this is just fun. And then I'm sure that you will enjoy it.
Yeah, I have entered, sir. It's asking actually your name is.
Yeah, so you can give your name, or you can give any other anonymous name as well.
Yeah, I have done that actually.
Okay.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, even you can also see on your screen, you know. Yeah, I can see like yeah. So there are 8 people now. Yeah. Please join. Please join. Then we will start.
Sir, it is not going.
What did he saying?
I have joined, sir.
Okay, good.
But it's not accepted.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Still some sports left. I don't know why are you hesitating actually. There is no I don't see any reason.
Yeah, only 9 members has given.
Yeah, otherwise 8. I have to
8.
I have 8. Yeah, out of 52 there are only 9 or 8 who are willing to take this quiz. Yeah, it's like really surprising actually. Apuru Saraswat, Ashish Singh, Ashutosh Kumar, DJ Bhardwaj, D Srinivas, Chari, Dr. Chandrakala, Dr. Pankaj, Dr. Alkesh, Dr. Arpita, Dr. Mrigendra, Dr. Munish, Gitika, Harish. Okay, but it's okay. If you are not interested, let us start with this only. So what you will see now is you will see a question on your screen, on this screen, which you are connected to, and then you will have to answer this question by using your mobile. So on your mobile, you will see these four different shapes to answer A, B, C, D. So you'll see these, and then the question is, how many spheres do you see in this picture? So just count the spheres and then answer it.
1.
Actually, we are not able to see continuously the screen.
Really? I think it should.
Yeah, right now it is visible.
Yeah, it is visible actually. It is on your. So you have to connect using this, your mobile. Yeah. So let us see. Let us see who scored. Who topped the score. Okay, no one answered it correctly. How it can be? Okay. Let us see the next question. So next question is, what do you see? And then you have to answer it with your mobile. Hurry up.
No, I am not seeing, sir.
So you are not able to look at the screen, the question?
No. The same.
Hurry up, only 6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I am not able to.
What is the
Okay,
question?
but have you connected to the...
Yeah, I have connected, but it's not the option.
Sir, it is not showing the
Question.
thing there.
No, the question will not come on your mobile actually. The question will come on the screen with which you are connected to this Google Meet. On your mobile, you will only see the options to answer the question.
Not visible, sir.
Sir, we are not getting options in our mobile, sir.
One more time.
Sir, actually, we are not able to see the question and how to answer also. It's not coming.
No. So question you will see on. So you are connecting now. We are speaking in this meet, right? So question you will see on this screen, right? And then you have to connect by using your mobile or any other device to this quiz to answer the quiz actually. And when you scan and when you enter your name, when you entered into this quiz, so then you have entered your name, and then that you have to do with your mobile, a separate device, so that you can answer with that device. So for those who are able to answer, so how is it working for them? Who is able to answer?
Sir, I'm able to answer.
See, sir.
Yeah, for example, Mr. Pandey, he answered. Rashmi Kala
Sir,
answered.
it is me,
Vivek
Diksha.
answered.
It is Diksha Pandey.
Yes, yeah. So, sorry. So you answered. So can you explain them like how did you do that so that they might get like a user perspective?
Sir. You need to scan the scanner, or you need to enter the code, and you have two different screens on your mobile. One is the screen which sir is showing, which has the question, and the other one is the option, showing the option. So you need to see the question in the PPT, and you need to answer there where you have scanned and open this question game, this screen board.
Yes. So for that, thank you, Diksha. So for that, you need either you are connected through laptop through in this meeting, and then you use your mobile to answer. Or if you're using the mobile for doing both of the things, then you have to have two different browsers actually. Like in Chrome, you open two windows, two tabs, and then you use them. Okay. So let us continue, and then coming to the third question. So try to answer this one. Then identify the picture and be quick. Hurry up, 20, 15, 18 seconds to go.
Sir, I'm not able to join again.
Sorry?
Not able to join again, sir. I try to join again, it is not done.
No, because now we have already started it, so it will not allow you to join actually. Okay, good. So this time we got 6 answers, and you see, let us see who is okay. So now someone has beaten someone. So you know, like if you answer quickly, so you will get more score. So it is not only about the correct answer, but about the speed as well, you know. Okay, so one more question. What do you see? Quick, answer quickly. Okay, 4 seconds, 2, 3, 1, and 0. And then let us see. Okay, Rashmi is still on the top. Can someone beat her? Okay, let us see. With the last question and the last chance. How many unique cubes are there in the picture? So this is a Rubik cube. So you have to correctly tell how many unique cubes are there in the picture. "15 seconds to go, hurry up. Okay, yeah, let us see who is on the top. So on third we have Mr. Vivek, on second we have Ms. Diksha Pandey, and then on top we have Ms. Rashmi Kala. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
And then we have runner-ups as well. So if you would have like more people would have joined this, so it would have like more fun actually. But yeah, okay, due to some things we could not join. So this is how the Kahoot is working actually. So this is, you know, the kind of interactive quiz where you see the chance, where you have this engaging, you know, session. Okay, so
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please ask. Yeah.
Sir, when the person who's organizing this quiz need to have an account in this Kahoot?
Yes, so you have to create an account, and that's not a problem. So for example, this account I created like back in 2018, so I'm still using it, and it is like for free. There are limitations.
For how many number of people it can take? Like if we are taking a class, sometime it is people, we have 30, 40 students, sometimes we have even 60 students. So how many?
Yeah, so then you have to, of course, they have to buy the subscription actually.
Okay, sir. So what is free for free number
Free
of
limit
students?
is 20. Free limit is 20 for this specific thing. Free limit is 20. But there are, you know, similar to Kahoot, there are several other applications for conducting quiz. So those you can try.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. But these are not very costly actually. So you can see if your institute can afford to subscribe these tools. Yeah. Okay, so this was Kahoot, and then coming to the conclusion. So the e-learning provides, you know, the technical inputs through video. It helps to develop the teaching aid resources, hands-on advanced technological tools, and target multiple intelligence, increases teacher effectiveness. That's one of the most important and the point which I like the most. And then it led to face-to-face interaction laced with computer-aided learning, help you to do formative assessment, improve in productivity in classes, and then do the real-time learning, and innovative teaching learning procedures, and introduces abstract concepts. So in conclusion, we have explored the transformative power of ICT in education, and then it offers unprecedented opportunities to revolutionize teaching and learning, making education more accessible, engaging, and inclusive. And from personalized learning experiences to digital assessments and inclusive education practices, ICT has the potential to empower educators and learners and drive positive outcomes. And as we move forward, let's continue to harness the full potential of ICT to create transformative educational experiences that prepare students for success in the digital age. And together, let us embrace innovation, collaboration, and lifelong learning to build a brighter future for education powered by technology. And with those words, I would like to say thanks to all of you for patiently listening to me for last almost 3 hours. And then if you have any questions, I'm really happy to take those questions. And otherwise, I wish all of you best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you,
very
sir.
informative.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any other virtual lab is for management students like finance, marketing, supply chain, operation?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I didn't explore, but I'm sure that there must be application. There must be virtual labs for those as well, because now the information communication technology is exploding like anything. Every day you are seeing now we have these transformer things like ChatGPT, generative AI. So definitely you will find something. You can try. If you cannot find, then maybe you can shoot me an email and I can try to find some of those things. And of course, for languages, there are several virtual labs. For language, you will find several virtual labs. That's without any doubt. Yeah. It will be a little bit difficult to find them for humanities subject, but still for humanities also you will find some of them. But these are mainly popular for science, like biology, chemistry, physics, material science, electronics, all those virtual labs. Yeah. Okay, so with that, maybe we can close the session now. Once again, thanks to all of you.